Guys, welcome to the Impact Podcast, where we discuss business, shooting, and pretty much whatever we feel like doing that day. Enjoy the show. So, in today's episode, I wanted to chat about sort of enjoying. Let me just adjust the mic a little bit here. I hope that intro was good, by the way. One take. I wanted to chat about sort of the journey. You know, the journey, whether that's entrepreneurship, being a parent, starting a business. I guess that falls under entrepreneurship. But we're all sort of on a different path in life. And a lot of you see me now as, you know, I've got 113,000 YouTube subscribers, almost at 20,000 subscribers on Instagram or followers on Instagram. By the way, at 20,000, I'm going to give away a Raptor muzzle brake and send it to you anywhere in the world. All you got to do is in the video version or below this podcast. Actually, if you're listening on Spotify and stuff, it probably won't work. But in the video version of this, I will have a comment pinned to an Instagram post. The rules on how to enter are there. Yeah. So, Raptor muzzle brake anywhere in the world. You know, it's quite easy to sort of look at where we are now. And by we, I mean myself and, you know, anybody really that has achieved some moderate level of success. And then, you know, I often get, hey, and you know, it's probably cool to, you know, get free stuff and make shooting videos with that. Or, you know, it must be really cool not to have a day job and make YouTube videos full time. Yes, it is. It's really, really cool. But I wasn't lucky to get to where I am now. And that's something I hear all the time. Wow, you're so lucky. No, I'm not lucky. I worked my ass off to achieve what I have achieved. And that's something that people don't see. You know, it comes almost back to that, you know, basketball thing. If you think about Michael Jordan or somebody like that, you only see him smashing championships and stuff like that. And you don't see the thousands and thousands of hours that somebody invests in their skill and their craft. And I was chatting to a friend of mine the other day, and he said, Sean, this is you, by the way. And he said, wow, did you like go on video editing courses and do stuff like that to figure out how to like produce your videos and stuff? No, I just edited 2 videos a week for 3 years, almost 4 years straight. And in that process, you learn a lot of little things. And what's really cool about that is when you challenge yourself with a project like that and you've got a high expectation of yourself, then you need to learn those things in order to keep evolving your craft. Now, it wasn't obviously always like that. You know, I started this channel with the goal of just making cool shooting videos for you guys, and it has sort of become what it has become, and it spawned other businesses from this channel. And it wasn't always easy. In fact, it's not easy at the moment. I work much harder now and much longer days, and I've got way too many irons in the fire compared to any other time in my life. You know, I'm 32 years old now and I work a lot. But the really nice thing is I choose when I work. That is very important, and where I work. So that also makes quite a big difference. But I put in a lot of time. But we are reaping the benefits of doing that. This wasn't always the case. You know, I didn't have a successful YouTube channel. I only recently surpassed 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. And my Instagram's really only recently really started growing properly. And today's video is, you know, whether you're a business owner or a new parent or whatever, sometimes we're sort of challenged in this phase that we're in, where you're not quite sure whether it's going to be worth it one day. And the journey can seem overwhelming. And you guys will remember in episode 1 of this podcast, if you haven't watched that, please go swing by there or download it on your favorite podcast app. I spoke about my mom marrying Jason, and this was something Jason used to say all the time, is like, enjoy the journey. Enjoy the process you're on to achieving what you want to achieve. Sometimes we can be so obsessed, and I'm guilty of that as much as the next person, of, you know, I want 100,000 subscribers, and I want it now, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get there now. But in a lot of things in life, there aren't shortcuts to get to the top, you know, or to achieve your goal, whatever that may be. But it's very important not to get despondent while you're not there and you haven't achieved what you wanted to achieve. And that's quite easy, especially in the space that I decided to pursue. You know, it's amazing how it works in the sense that, when I started making videos, and even now, like I'll read the comments. I try and read all the comments on your videos. So please make sure you do leave me a comment. And I do my best to respond to most of them, especially like just after video releases. I'll read, 50 positive comments and there's one negative comment, and I will that negative comment will play in my head all the time. Now, somebody that I really look up to is Joe Rogan. And Joe is famous for saying he doesn't read comments. But what he probably gets a lot of hate because he does cover some sort of, polarizing people and opinions or whatever the case is. But let's not get sidetracked there. I value your feedback on the videos. I'll often ask you guys questions in videos, especially when we're having sort of these one-way conversations like this one. What do you think about the audio? What do you think about XYZ plan? What do you think about how how we work with brands, for example, which your feedback on that video was amazing. So thank you if you took the time to comment on that video. It was really, really, really cool to see and to sort of know that my vision is in line with what you guys see. And that was really special for me. So thank you so much for that, by the way. So I take my time and I read that comment, and then the negative one will sort of stick in my head. But if I listened to those, we wouldn't be having this conversation, because then I would have given up on the process along the way. Now it's to the point where, I don't even read bad. As soon as I see it's a negative comment, the beautiful thing about YouTube is those people, there's a little button where you can just say hide, and then they will think that they're still commenting, but nobody but them can see their own comments. So that's pretty cool. So they get like banished to their own little sad person universe. It's really satisfying. But I mean, those are few and far between. We like 99% of the engagement we have on the channel, probably more than 99%, is overwhelmingly positive. But for the most part, I want to circle back to sort of that journey. And I can really relate that, when I started my career as a financial advisor, working commission only, you have to sell life insurance. And there's a whole bunch of boxes that need to be ticked in order for a company to issue you with a life insurance policy. And I was 20 years old, as I said in the first episode. And as a 20-year-old, like no working experience, now I'm going to run around and sell investments and life policies. Now, while being very young in an industry has its disadvantages, it's all about where you decide to focus on. And I focused on the fact that, I was brand new in the industry, so I had all the latest product knowledge. I just written my exams. I knew exactly how these products worked. I'm young for new information, and I use that to my advantage. So I could have easily gone like, oh, this is difficult to do, and people don't really want to listen to me, but I chose to focus on sort of the positive element. And yes, that career was super challenging, but it was really, really cool to sort of build that skill of resilience, to keep chugging away when times seem impossible, when you're not getting luck, you're not selling, and you go like, oh my Lord, if I ever needed money for food, I'm sure my folks would have helped me, but I never wanted to go there. So I sort of learned to almost embrace the suck in that sense, and put your head down, do the work, and if you do the work consistently enough for long enough, the results have to come. The numbers do not lie, and that is what that industry taught me, and I'm forever grateful for that experience, because I've been able to use that skill and apply that to other assets or facets of my life, other facets of my life. This is my second language, full disclosure. I am going to go with facets, final answer. Let's lock that in. Thank you. Now, let's bring that into sort of where we are now with regards to growing my YouTube channel. When I was making those first couple of videos of mine, I had no idea how you guys were going to receive them. I know there are some diehard original OG subscribers that are still lurking around here. I see you guys in the comment section all the time, so much love to you. But you got to put yourself out there, and that's more so than probably with a lot of things in life is actually putting yourself there online. Even making this video, like I don't know how it's going to be received, right? But I have a vision of sort of where I want to get this podcast to. Eventually, I want to have another person sitting over there and we're having a back and forth, or whether I'm interviewing somebody else or whatever the case may be. But we need to start at some point, right? So that's where we are. And I can say the exact same thing about sort of me starting my shooting career, in air quotes, if you will. That very first match I went to, had spoken about this in videos a lot. Like, I came stone dead last, like humiliation last. Like, not even, I didn't even shoot remotely good. If you took my score and you times it by 10, I still would have probably been lost. I think I had like 3 hits out of 65 or something crazy like that. So yeah, no, it was bad, but I had a lot of fun doing it, and I was like, I want to be good at this. And what I was able to do is take the skills that I learned from sort of the resilience and the process of learning something and apply that to this specific discipline. And my goal was to get 50% by the end of that next year, because I'd sort of shot my first competition. I think it was like January, February, because I just got married the year before, and I got my Ruger precision rifle. So it's actually tomorrow's my 5th wedding anniversary. So yeah, the goal was to shoot 50% of the winning score at sort of the end of the season. Now, that seemed like an incredibly tall order at the time. And true as Bob, I changed some things on my rifle. I learned a lot in that first sort of, while it was pretty miserable to like just burn ammo into the dirt, essentially, I was still trying to take in what the other guys were doing. And I remember how green sort of everyone was at that time at the match. Everybody had like 97 bags on every stage, and we were having pump pillows in everything that looked like a hole to try and stabilize the rifles. Guys were shooting suppressors, guys were shooting with wooden stocks. It's crazy to see how far the sport has come in such a relatively short space of time. It's really remarkable and really, really cool. And really, really cool to see all the people that have been keeping up with the times and started businesses that are supported by this lovely sport of ours. I think it's super cool. And fast forward to the end of that year, and I'd started winning sort of club matches and stuff like that. And I actually did relatively well. I think I got like 3rd or something. I can't remember. This is 2017 at sort of our championship match. And not by a long shot, I was kind of there or thereabouts. It's like 1 or 2 bad stages, and that makes the difference. And that's generally the case in most of the matches, The top guys are always going to be within a couple of rounds of each other. And then you fast forward to where we sort of are today, and, I'm winning matches. I shoot for some of the biggest companies in the world. I could so easily have gone... Oh, and by the way, I have a YouTube channel that is focused on the sport. I have 2 businesses that's focused in the sport. It could have so easily gone the other way, because I came stone dead last at that first match. But going in there with the right mindset and going like, wow, this is cool, even though I'm really bad at it, this is something that I want to be good in, and sort of embracing the process of getting really proficient at something has led to sort of freeing me from essentially, not that I was trapped, but, basically giving me another opportunity to start a new business in life and follow my passion. Now, whatever that process is for you, if you have some sort of passion, to start your own business, but it's not doing well at the moment, or you're struggling to make sales or something, just, there's that sort of image, and I'll try have this up on the video version. I'm trying to keep these podcasts as minimalistic as I can, because just simply I am spread too thin as it is already, of this guy mining. And, he's like about to strike gold or diamonds or whatever. And then there's like this much dirt left. And he turns around and he walks away. And underneath there's the guy that's like right by the diamonds there. So, and that could be very much the case for you. Or you could be 20 miles from diamonds. Okay. But you're never going to know if you give up. And that was sort of my school of thought when I started this YouTube channel. I was like, I'm going to do this consistently until I achieve 1,000 subscribers. And then 1,000 subscribers came, and it was really, really cool. And I watched it tick over live, which was amazing. And then it took a while to get to 10,000 subscribers, because, 1,000 subscribers, like your buddies and their buddies, and then like the people that are really into it. And then 10,000 subscribers took, I think, almost a year. And then from there on to get to 100,000 subscribers was like another year. And that was... Actually, 10,000 subscribers was more emotional experience for me than hitting the sort of milestone of 100. I don't know. 10,000 was really big for me. I almost started crying, because I kind of told myself in my head, Pete, if you can get to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, you can actually do this. this can be a thing for you. And when I ticked that box, it was almost like, you cannot screw this up anymore. You're like, the trajectory is now right. You've got your dope figured out. This is a thing now. So 10,000 was pretty big for me. 100,000 was also really big because that's obviously the first milestone where you actually get rewarded from YouTube. So that was very special too. So now we're going to 1 million. And I guess the crux of this specific episode is, I'm not lying awake at night being upset because I don't have 1 million subscribers on this YouTube channel. And I never did that in the process of building this business. I'm not upset because we don't sell 100 packages a day or do 100 orders a day. That's where I want to get to. But it doesn't mean like I'm wanting to fast forward my life in order to get there. That is so important, because otherwise, and that's sort of what my big motivation was, to make a change in my life, because that's very much where I was, as an advisor. And I'm going to keep referencing back to this because I learned so much in that industry, and I'm very grateful for that, as I mentioned. But as an advisor, and even very much so with YouTube, the more clients you have, the more you earn. So I was very much motivated on adding more clients and keeping the existing clients happy, because then you build that passive annuity income. And it's a wonderful business in that sense. And the same goes for YouTube. The more videos I have online and the more subscribers I have, the higher the possibility is that one of you guys shares a video with a friend. The more ad revenue I can get on the videos, the odd video that does get monetized. So sort of the bigger that library becomes, the more of a business it becomes. But there's no way you can't fast track that. And I never wanted to make junk content for you guys. So I was never upset because I hadn't achieved that yet. I was really enjoying the process. Every time I hit the little render button after I make a new video for you guys, it is so cool for me. And I literally, and that's sort of where I am now, I've got, I think, 7 or 8 videos that I've worked ahead of time to sort of buy myself a little bit of a December holiday with the family, because otherwise, 2 videos a week is pretty consuming. So I've worked ahead. But now I'm so excited to share them with you guys that I can't wait to upload them to see your feedback on them, because that's really, I have a very big passion for helping you guys. Anyway, that's my little rant for the day. It's a little bit of a shorter episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And much love. And we have actually like a little bit of a outro song here. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, man. I don't know when this will come out, probably around about the 15th of December. And if you're taking time off, turn that down. If you're taking some time off during the holidays, you're going to travel a little bit with your family. We're heading up to the Eastern Cape, so we've got about an 11-hour drive with little Olivia in the car. That's going to be fun. Be safe out there, be vigilant. Always carry a gun with you. It's a good rule to live by. And tell your family you love them. You never know when it's going to be your last day. Okay, ladies and gents, see you in the next one. Bye. I'm still here, by the way. I just love this tune. It's so good. Okay, this is me signing off again. Bye.